Hello and welcome to Mock. You're hearing me, Matthew, and we are back with yet another Skylanders Trap Team news update. This is number 29. Now, this is probably going to be a small update because there is a little bit of news merged into a bit of an update. So here we go. Let's start with this. So you might remember a few updates back that I showed you the picture for the 3DS starter pack, and here it is again, just a bit more HD, let's say. You can see the two characters that it comes with. But more importantly, I wanted to talk to you about some gameplay footage and pictures which have actually been pretty damn awesome because they've given us some really awesome information. So, let's have a look at what that actually is. So, you'll be able to see on the screen actually at the moment the 3DS itself and the game which is on the top and the bottom. Now on the bottom, let's concentrate on the bottom for now. You can see 8 symbols and 2 question marks. Very interesting stuff. Now, I'll be getting on further to that, but you see Barkley there, pretty good detail for this. Now, in terms of the actual 3DS game, it is different to the actual games on the consoles, as it's a completely different game itself. And also, if I go back, you'll be able to see that the portal, and I think I mentioned this in the first one I talked about this, it doesn't have any Traptanium slots. And that's because Traptanium is not used in this thing. Yes, okay, Trap Masters are, but the Traptanium traps themselves aren't used. They're not used at all. You find them throughout the level, and I think you can capture up to 10 villains, and they're completely different. There's a Chompy thing, and there's a few other weirdly named, sort of really weird, non-related to the actual other console games. So it's pretty interesting that this console is actually getting some exclusive characters, as well as Barkley, before anyone else. So lucky you. So let's just move on and show you this, which is pretty interesting. You'll be able to see Blastermind, and he's just, you can see his sort of image. But also you'll be able to see that those question marks have now turned into different elements, which is a moon, or a crescent moon, and the sun. And you'll see that the crescent moon is in fact quite a dark purple, and the sun is white, or grey. Now, I'm believing that these are the two new elements that we're supposed to be having. The reason I say that, leading on to the next thing, is in fact... well, there's Blastermind. Just wanted to show you that, a bit of a HD look at Blastermind himself as his toy form. Now, my guess is he'd probably come out in Wave 3, let's say. Hopefully that'll be before Christmas, so at least we'll be able to get all the different elements that we need, except for the moon and the sun, which it's quite hard to predict what they're going to be called. They could be called the moon and the sun element. They could be called light and dark. It's, for example, if you look at the tech symbol, you'd think it's a gear, but no, it's called tech. So that to me thinks, or what I'm sorry, I keep coughing. To me, that makes me think that the actual sun element isn't going to just be called the sun element. It's probably going to be called light element. So the new elements could be light and dark, or sun and moon. They're my two predictions as to what the names could be. But there's Blastermind again. And you'll be able to see this thing. Now, this also sort of, if you look more closely at the middle of what I'm calling this sort of sharp sort of dagger thing, you'll be able to actually see a sort of yellowy cog around the middle, and I'm guessing that's the sun, because this is actually called the Sunscraper Spire. Now, why am I showing you this? Basically because these are possibly going to be 2 extra adventure packs, so we get 4 this time, not 2, not 1, not 4 like the previous one. It is 4, could have more, who knows. But for now, this one is called the Sunscraper Spire. Again, saying the word sun makes it sound very much like it's the new element. Now, if this is going to be coming like this, I'm guessing they're probably going to have a Sun Trap Master and a Sun Core, as well as or let's say light trap and light core, and then a dark trap and a dark core. Let's just go with that, because we have had Dark Spyro if you think about it, so who knows. And then we've also got this one, which is awesome. Again, they do really well resemble swords, like swords stuck in stone. And this one again, but the name for this one is the Midnight Museum. Can't wait to see this one and see what it's all to do with. Again, you can see in the middle of that, it almost looks like the crescent moon, in a way, sort of, or a person in a purple background, but it's one of the two. So that is definitely some very interesting news. We've possibly finally got the confirmed names for these two elements. So yeah. And then moving on, we've also got this, which is basically an advert which has been going up around the internet. And you'll be seeing some pretty interesting stuff literally on this thing. Mini games. Now that's pretty interesting because I don't believe we've had mini games before. I mean, okay, yes, we have had Brock's Arena, we've had the Heroic Challenges, we've had the Sky Stones, but these mini games are quite different. Now, let me just show you this. You'll be able to see sort of a load of skeletons sort of making a band, but you'll also see Dreadbeard, who is the sort of first person you get to speak to, and then he tells you about Sky Stones. And you've also got Brawl and Chain there with a hat on, and he really does look pretty funny compared to Dreadbeard there. But if I just move to the next one, you'll be able to see this. Now, this is pretty interesting. It reminds me of a guitar. Whether you've played, I think, what was it, Band Heroes or Guitar Hero, one of those two. But and then the next one as well, you'll see, look, these notes going across, and it's awesome because before they even turn up, Captain Dreadbeard sort of says like, "Oh, you challenged me to a rematch, ha ha ha," and then he sort of like goes all remix on you, and he starts going like, "Pirate, pirate, pirate, curse," and then you've sort of like got to push all these buttons. Again, this looks as if it's on the PlayStation, yeah, PlayStation. But you'll see sort of 3 different levels or 3 different strings. Now this could be getting really awesome because you've got to sort of like push these buttons as they get into that yellow box. You'll also see coins there. At the moment they're on 8 on that thing, but you'll also see a sort of leveling up status bar. You see it's on ×2, and it keeps going up and up and up and increasing the amount of coins that you'll be getting. So you could just start with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then next level it could be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and keep going up and up and up and up. You get more money. I'm guessing as you carry on this would get harder and harder and harder, but again, a very effective way in which we can get some coins out of this. Now I have to say I am very impressed that they are pushing the boat out on this actual game. I think there's an overall amount of 20 chapters. It could be 18, I think it's 20 though. You've also got 4 adventure packs giving you another 4 chapters, so that's 24. Then you've got these mini games, then you've got the Sky Stones, you've got Brock's Arena, and you've got the Chaos Challenge mode. Now, I mean, there is a lot that they have put into this game, and you can see why it probably just came a little bit further ahead in the year than what I think Swap Force came out as. But some very interesting news here. I mean, you've got this awesome mini game here, and you've also got the news of the new hopefully these are the 2 new adventure packs and the elements, so it's a really good roundup of different stuff going on here. But as for news updates, that is basically all I have for you. You know, there's not a lot more I could say, but it is very interesting now to have the full 11 elements. We've got all of these, plus we've got obviously the regular 8, then Chaos. Now we're going to have the light and dark element, could be sun and moon, who knows. But that's going to give us some very, very cool gameplay to be going on with. Really awesome. So there we go, guys. If you have enjoyed this news update, as always, hit that subscribe button below. Just smash the keyboard until that button just goes, yeah, you subscribed. And you'll be able to see all the different news updates which I put out which I've already put out, and the ones that I'll probably be putting out in the future, as well as gameplay footage, which will be coming out very, very soon, as Trap Team is about... It's about 2 weeks away, I'd say, round about that. Just over 2 weeks, but we haven't got long. We have not got long. There is a lot of... I think it's 2 weeks and 6 days for the UK. I think it's just under 10 days now for Australia. And then you've got the 5th for Australia or in America, and then the 8th for another place, which I think that's Australia, and then you've got the UK as well as Europe on the 10th of October. So there we go. You can also comment down below, what do you think of these new elements? Do you think I'm kind of correct with the names? What would your estimates be for the names? You know, let me know in the comments below. And make sure to tune in on October 4th in order to see what I'll be doing when I record, and also a sort of little hint as to a future event which I'll be planning. And, you know, there we go. And you can also rate the video so I know you're enjoying this news update. And as always, it's been a pleasure making this. I'll see you guys in the next news update. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you then, and goodbye.